If any of you out there have a restaurant with a multi-store environment or a single store environment, and you have tablets, a lot of businesses are switching over to these integrated printers. And what the printers do is they'll take all of the different tablets, Postmates, Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub, all of them. They'll integrate them all into one, so you're automatically printing tickets throughout your locations. And I wanted to show everybody a situation that really can go very badly with some of these services before you start to switch over. And one of those where we've been having a major issue, it's pretty much been my full-time job since the 1st of August to resolve some issues between Chowly and Doordash. And I want to show you some things that can go very badly. And so basically what happened was when you think of, let me minimize this. When you go to a delivery provider like DoorDash.com and want your customers to order, if you have a multi-store environment where you have multiple locations, we'll go ahead and we'll go to my store, which is Keva Juice. And so we'll click on that. What's supposed to happen is if you have multiple stores, you update one menu and all of your locations get the update. And so easier said than done when you switch to these companies, because what's basically happened with Chowly is that in early August, they basically said, hey, we're doing an API change. We're going to need you to do some updates on your menu. And when you do those updates, what's going to happen is it's going to be much simpler. Your life's going to be simpler. And so really, this has been my full-time job dealing with these guys in DoorDash. And the problem with them is that one hand doesn't speak to the other. So Chowly blames DoorDash, DoorDash blames Chowly. The merchant is stuck in the middle. We're going to show you the sad truth of what's happened here. So on all of your delivery platforms, you have in a multi-store environment, you have a back-end portal. And the neat thing, we're going to go into, let me see which location this is. The neat thing about these services, we'll go into our Northwest Reno location, is that if you update one of the menus, so if you update one menu, it updates all of your stores. But here's what happens when the integrations go badly. What will happen here is you can see here that this menu variation is linked to 4 different locations, meaning if I update the menu here, it's going to update to all 4 of my locations. But that's not what happens, because after Chowly did the integration in August, what it did was it fragmented the menu. So what ends up happening is instead of having this one menu, I'm going to go to my South Reno location, and we're going to show you this menu. Well, what Chowly did is it created 2 different menus. So if I go to this menu, so we're going to click on the menu that's just called menu, you can see that all of my pictures are missing. So they do this integration. This happened before. We had to fix it. They created 7 variations of our menu, and we don't know which one is which. So now if you're a restaurant owner and you're trying to update your menu, well, does this menu upgrade to the Northwest Reno store? Or does the Northwest Reno store update to this one? Or is it fragmented? Because on this one, if I edit the stores, well, it's linked to South Meadows and Carson City. This location isn't even signed up to Chowly. So one of these locations isn't even signed up. So which store is it? Well, maybe if you're even more confused than I am, you go in and you go to the menus, and then you have this all day menu. So now you have a second menu. Well, which location is that menu set up on? And I click on here and I go to link store, and it's linked to 4 stores. And then I'm going to go back, and let's go to our beautiful location in Sparks, Nevada. We're going to click on that location. And so we're going to go ahead and change the location to Sparks. Change the location. We're going to go to Sparks, Nevada. Come on, baby. So now we've got a bunch of variations of the menu. And so look, if you look up at the top here, if you look up at the top, Sparks is only linked to one store. So basically what this services do is create a platform where it is almost impossible to update your menu. And so what had happened with us and Chowly is once they fragmented these menus in early August, we went back and we had to go to DoorDash and we had to say, look, we're so damn confused, delete everything. And what they did was they deleted everything. They removed it from, they removed all the menus and they set up a new one. And then I had to have an executive assistant spend 2 days upgrading to a brand new, upgrading all of our menu. So they spent 2 days upgrading our menu, getting the pictures fixed, and then the integration with DoorDash Chowly wouldn't print. So it wouldn't print, it wasn't working, and we spent 3 weeks with them, and finally we got somewhere, but now we're in this nightmare all over again. And so before you switch to a delivery, to one of these print services, really understand what you're getting yourself into, because we're living in November in a living hell. We cannot run our company. We're dealing with these guys and they can't get it figured out. And so I'd love your comments below. We're going to be posting more videos during the journey, and I will let you know if Chowly actually fixes this issue or they just have us eat shit for another 4 weeks, which is what they've had us do. So anyway, stay tuned, folks, and thanks for subscribing.